Hi, everybody. It's nice to see you tonight. Um, Welcome back. Hope everybody's doing good tonight. It's raining here, so it's gloomy. It's been raining on and off all day. Before we get started, I just want to remind you that this class to go is coming to an end today. So if you want to register for it, head on over to www.galfridaystamping.com and you'll see the post for this class to go. It comes with 3 cards, a hand lotion box, and the directions for this little winged box. And actually I have it closed here. And it opens like that. So if you're interested, head on over to my blog tonight. Today's the last day that you can register. And also, while you're on my blog, you'll see my In Color Club. If you're interested in getting the In Colors, it's a good and easy way to get it. Small monthly fee for 5 months, and you'll get the cardstock, the stamp pad, the refiller, the Stampin' Right marker, the blends, DSP, ribbon, and the gems of all one color family each month until all 5 colors are collected. So for tonight's projects, last week we did Mother's Day. This week we're going to do Father's Day. And I made these 3 projects. This is a little shirt front with "You Are Incredible" inside. I used the Kling stamp set On to Adventure. That's retiring. It won't be in the new catalog. Put the little guy on the front, restamped onto a piece of cardstock and did his hat. And then have this on the inside. And then for the 3rd project, it's a little, I'll show you what it is. Antibacterial hand lotion from, I think it's Bath and Body Works. I know everybody's been using this a lot, so I thought I'd make a little Father's Day container box for that. So let's get started. I think we'll start tonight with the little shirt card. Let me get all my things here. I'll have all the dimensions and measurements on my blog tomorrow morning. Didn't have a chance to get it done today. But it's your normal card base, 8.5 by 5.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4. And then we have our first layer of DSP, and it's 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. And we're just going to adhere that to the front of the card. Hey, Dew, how are ya? I was just saying that today is the last day to register for my class to go with these 5 projects. And the In Color Club is still available on my blog. And tonight we are focusing on Father's Day cards. Just get this taped up here. Sorry about that. my wire fell. And we're making this little shirt card, a little holder for hand sanitizer, and a card with the little guy from On to Adventure that's retiring. The paper is also retiring. Thanks, Stu. So it's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then we're going to put on our first layer, 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. And just center this on like that. And then we're going to grab our piece of DSP. And then what I did was I cut out a square, rectangle, sorry. I guess I should go back to school. With the stitched rectangle dies. Hi, Margaret. How are you? And we're going to use this for the collar of the card. So what I did was, I want to just make sure I get the center. Where's my pencil? There it is. I just want to make a little mark on the center of this card. One, I guess it's just about there. It's right here. And that's where I'm going to put the point. And we're just going to glue this down quick. This way you'll get nice, even cuts, and you'll know exactly how you're supposed to put this collar on. So we'll just use this little, I don't know if I'm going to be able to, probably. Let's do it this way first. So we'll put this in here. I want to make sure that I have enough of this piece for the other side. And then we're just going to put this in here again, line up the edge, and cut. And there's your one corner, your one piece of collar. Now before I put on the other side, I have a little piece also cut out from the stitched rectangles. And we're going to glue this, now that we know where the center is, we're going to glue this down to the shirt, making sure that it's centered. Just like that. And now we can work on the other side. Now when you use this for your collar, you want to make sure that you're using the right side after you cut it out with your dies, because you can tell that one side is a wrong side and one side is the right side. You can tell by the stitching. So then we are going to lay this one down again with the corner. Make sure it's pretty even. We'll use this as our measure to make sure it is even. just about there. I'm just going to mark it so I know. Add some glue. Make sure you get it lined up with that point. I think it's pretty straight. And glue it down. And then we're just going to trim this up. Make sure it is even. Take a little bit more off of that. There we go. And on this side, you just make sure that your DSP is even with that blade, and then cut it off. And there we go. There's the little shirt. And then I cut out, and I have them over here, 4 little buttons. And these are from the All Dressed Up dies. And I didn't pop them up on this card, but I will on tonight's card. And again, these have a right and a wrong side. So I'm using the mini dimensionals. Just gonna pop these on the wrong side. Hope I did. Nope, see, I did it on the wrong side. Yeah. Okay, that's good. It's just a little quick and easy card that you can put together. I know Father's Day is a ways away, but last week we worked on Mother's Day cards, so I figured we'd do Father's Day cards tonight, and I'm hoping that by next Friday I'll have some of the new products from the new catalog that I can work on. I think what I'm going to do is have an unboxing when the order comes in, so everybody gets a chance to see the new products. Let's put this towards the bottom so I get these spaced evenly. These little buttons are so tiny. I ran to the post office today to drop off some mail. My goodness, they were busy. Now I understand why our mail is so slow. They only have 2 people working, and it was so busy. Okay, so now that's the front of the card, quick and easy. So we're just going to, I'm using glue tonight because I only have 1 roll of snail left. And then when I placed my order, the snail wasn't available. And so I wasn't able to place it with my order. I just don't want to run out. I'm going to have to place another order just for snail. Okay, so that's the front of the card. Now for the inside, all I did was, again, I have my layer of Night of Navy. And then I have a layer of Whisper White. And then I took a strip of Night of Navy. It's a 1-inch strip. And then a 3/4 inch strip. Actually, it's 7/8, a little bit bigger than, and we're going to put that. I just want to eyeball it because we're going to stamp You're Incredible on the inside. And actually, the You're Incredible is from the Royal Peacock stamp set that is retiring from the annual catalog. And I haven't even used the stamp set yet, so I figured I'd use the sentiment before I get rid of it. Okay, so we're going to make sure this is nice and straight. Let's line it up with those lines so I know the paper's straight at least. And stamp the sentiment. I'm just going to put it down towards the bottom, making sure it's straight. Okay, I think that's pretty straight. And then we're going to take our piece of Night of Navy. And lay this right under there. Again, making sure it's nice and straight and even on both sides. And then the same piece of DSP from the front of the card. And my glue ran out. And we're just going to, again, leave the space even on top and bottom, but I'm putting it right to the edge. That looks good. It's over a little bit, so we're going to just trim this a little bit. Okay. And it's just a little tiny piece. And then we're going to put this onto our Night of Navy. That looks good. And then I'm using the Night of Navy Baker's Twine, and it's curled with, I guess it's like a creamy color. And we're just going to tie a bow. This is a little bit thick. This twine is a little bit thicker. I usually tie it in a knot first, but it just, on this card, it just seemed too bulky. So we're going to try it tonight without tying it in a knot first. You put your finger on the knot and pull, and it will straighten out your little loops so they're not twisted. Just like that. And there is a little wiggle room in it, but I'll show you how you can fix that before you put it down on the inside of your card. And you will use snail. Just put a nice bit of snail, and then take your twine and hold it, pull it up, pull it down, and then it is no longer loose on the front of your card. That just takes out that little bit that I had too much. It wasn't taut. So you just give it a little twist and it's fine for the front of your card. Okay, so now we're going to put this inside, making sure it's even. Move it down a little bit. And there's your first quick little Father's Day card. It'd be great for, grandchildren or children to make for their dads or grandpas. Nice, quick, and easy. Now for the next card, we're going to do this one. And like I said, this little guy is from the On to Adventure set. He's the little golfer. And then a quick and easy inside again. So we have a piece that is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. All the dimensions will be on my blog tomorrow morning. And then I have another layer. Okay, what did I do with the piece of DSP? Oh, shoots. Let me cut one real quick. I don't know what I did with it. I know as soon as I sit down and start fussing around, it's going to show up. Okay. And there it is. See, I told you. Right in front of my nose. Okay. So here's your layers. And we're just going to glue the DSP. And again, this is the golfing DSP. And I forgot to check to see what the name of it was. But it is retiring. So if you want to grab a hold of it before it's gone, now would be the time to do it, because everybody is concentrating on things from the new catalog that's coming out in June. And like I said, I'm going to do an unboxing once I get my order. And then in June, when the new catalog comes out, I'm going to set a date to have an online garage sale to get rid of some things that I no longer need. Okay, so then for the next layer, I have my Night in Navy, and it is 3 by 3 5/8. And then I have another piece of the DSP from the same set, and it's 2 7/8 by 3 1/4. 3 1/2. And we're going to have to sharpen my cutter or change my blades. It's starting to ruffle my edges. Just going to layer these two together, leaving just a little space. And it's good that when you use the glue, it gives you just a couple little minutes so you can move it around a little bit. Okay, then we're going to take some twine. And before we put this on the front of the card, we're just going to put this around. So there's 3 layers. And I'm actually just going to take a piece of packing tape. Grab that little piece. And I am just going to put a piece of packing tape just like that to hold them down. And snip that off. And then we're just going to take these and spread them out a little bit, just like that. And take our dimensionals and pop this up onto the front of the card. Did you go back to work, Dew? I know it's only the 8th, but I thought you were supposed to be going back to work soon. Okay, then we're going to center this onto the card. Centering this and getting it straight is a little easier because of the lines. I think that's pretty good. And then I want to do this again because I punched this and I missed part of the circle. So I have another piece here. And I actually had used, and I believe this is retired also, the Sunburst punch. Just to punch out a layer. Throw that one away. And we are going to actually hold on to this for a second. Going to grab a piece of cardstock, and we're going to use the little guy with the golf flag. I'm just going to clean him off a little bit. And when I did this the first time and colored, I had stamped him in black. I don't know if he's still here. Yeah, see, I had stamped him in black, and it just seemed too dark. So I went with the smoky slate so I could color him in. So we'll just stamp him in smoky slate. Let him dry for a minute, and then we're going to take a piece of the DSP that we used for this layer here, and we're just going to stamp the top of his head on it, just like that, because all I want is the piece for his hat. I'll show you what I'm going to do. But first we're going to color him up. Let's see. I'm going to do his face first, and this is the light soft suede. And we're just going to put this under his hat, in front of his hairline, under his ear, back of his neck, under his mustache, this part of his nose, and under that brim of his hat. I'm working on a coloring class. I'm hoping to have it done before the new catalog comes out. Now, this is ivory, And we're just going to go over that soft suede, back of his neck, under his eyebrow. We're going over that soft suede, under his nose, right down the front of his shirt, under his eye. And I said that was ivory. Then I picked up the dark petal pink, and we're just going to put a few dots on his cheek. And I also used, I don't want to use the lovely lipstick. We'll use the light Real Red. And again, just going to put a couple dots just so his cheek is red. Oh, you're just cleaning? Okay. So this is the dark petal pink. We're going to leave that little bit of white on his ear. Just extend the color out a little bit. Front of his shirt. Go over his cheeks. Down the side of his nose, his mustache. Just like that. And we're just going to do his hand. And then we're going to take the light petal pink. And we're just going to swoosh it over his whole face. And just give it a minute and let it work its magic. As it's drying, the lighter of the colors will take away from the dark colors. And then what I like to usually do is just take some colored pencils and add some shadow just to give it a little bit more depth underneath, under his eye. Okay. And then for his clothes, I use Dark Night of Navy and all these dark spots here. And then where his hand is, then I grab the Light Night of Navy to add a little bit more overlapping. Now when you if you're using these, just please make sure you put something down. Don't color directly on your table or craft desk, because it does have a tendency to bleed through, and you don't want to ruin your coloring surface. Then we're just going to take some dark sea spray, extend this out a little bit more, go over these dark lines, get his arm, and then the light sea spray. Just go over the whole thing. And then again, we'll just let that dry a few minutes. And then I just took the Night of Navy for his pants. And did the back leg very dark, because that's behind. And then underneath the shirt, a little bit of his knee. And then the dark seaside spray. Down on the bottom of his pants. And then we'll take the light Seaside spray and fill it in. For his hair, I got some dark soft suede, and I'm actually going to use the nib part to get under his nose. This piece and these lines in the front of his hair right here. And then I'm going to use the Dark So Saffron just to extend that line a little bit. Extend this line. Go back with this So Saffron. Forgot his little eyebrow. And the collar. Just gonna put a nice coat on his collar. I'm gonna grab the light So Saffron and color this in. Hit his eyebrow again. And then just take that brown marker and just give it a little hit to make it look a little, so it looks like it has a little dimension to it. I'm going to grab the real red using the nib, and we're going to color in the flag. And then use the dark just to hit the bottom of the flag. And then we're just going to do this bunch of sand. So this is, again, is the light soft suede. And we're just going to do just like it has here. Looks like it's a bunch of dust. And then this is light So Saffron. And then we're going to use the dark So Saffron. And then I have to color in his little foot. And I just grabbed a gray Copic. Okay. So then we're going to grab his hat. And all I did was, where I stamped it, I'm just going to cut his hat out. This we probably could have done in black so we could see what we were doing, because it is a teeny tiny little hat. But it's only going to take a minute. Let's grab a hold of this. Okay. Get rid of that. Turn this little hat over. Add some glue. And his little hat matches the piece of paper he's sitting on. Then we're going to grab a 2-inch punch. Make sure it's centered and even. Punch them out. Again, going to add some glue because it gives us some wiggle room so we can get this on here straight, and we're going to make sure it's the right side and put them on the starburst. And that looks pretty good. And then we're going to, where the thread is here, we can't glue it down. So we're just going to put 2 dimensionals. And stick this onto the front of the card. Making sure he's even. And then I took some gilded gems. I think they're the larger of the ones. And just set these 2 in the corners. And there's the front of the card. Now for the inside, again, quick and easy card. Like I did it so you could have your children and grandchildren work on them. Very simple. A layer of the Night of Navy, layer of Whisper White. We need this back. And we'll grab the sentiment, wishing you everything wonderful, and the blueberry bushel. Stamp it up. Okay, that looks good. Close this up so I don't put my hand in it. And then I have this tag punch. And we are going to just center it within this little square here. Making sure it's even and straight. And punch it out. Now I already cut out a Night of Navy one, so I could make sure it's the right way. Actually, just cut it in half. Add a bit of glue. And we're just going to line this up just to give it a little pizzazz instead of it looking stark white. Do the same thing to this side. Make sure we'll have the right side up. That looks good. Okay. Just stick this over here a second. And I actually have a piece of Night of Navy. I'm going to have to trim it because I just cut a big piece. Again, lay it across your card. Make sure it's even. And then the same thing with the DSP. Center it. Make sure it's even on the end. Just going to grab the trimmer quick. Make sure this is lined up. Trim that little piece off. And then all I did was take some glue and center this on the inside of the card. I know when it comes to guys, they're not too keen on bows, and so making men's cards, I just find it so tough. So I thought these would be cute little projects. Quick and easy. Okay. I've been watching NCIS again. I think I've seen it 100 times. Okay. Glue on the back. I think it's a little clogged. And then stick this right on the inside of the card. Make sure it's straight. And there's card number 2. Quick and easy. And one more. Cute little hand sanitizer. Another quick and easy little project. I have a piece of the slate gray, and it is 4x3, and we're going to cut so we can make a little box. Cut it so you're on this side of the bump. First, let me fold it first. I can show you. Okay. When you have this little bump, if you get on the inside of that bump, then you'll take it away, and then just tab it and tab it. These are going to be the little tabs to create the box. And I went looking for my box fill, and I don't know where it went. So I'm doing it to the other side too. That side and that side. Then we're going to grab some tearing tape. And we're just going to add some tearing tape as close to that little fold as you can. Right by that score line. Turn it around, do this one. Create this little box. As I had created this so I could add some fill to it. Okay, is it still playing or not? Hi Dawn, how are you? Okay, can anybody see me, or is it down? Hi, Julie. Can you see me, guys? Oh, okay. Because it's telling me that the video is gone. Okay. So I'll just keep going and hopefully everybody can still see me because my video on this end is gone. So we're going to take off the papers and just create the little box. Line up the little edges on all four corners. Piece of Iggy's hair. He was a terror today in here. Okay, so that's a little box. And like I said, see, I gave it enough room so I could put Phil in there and couldn't find it. Story of my life. Okay, then this piece is 2 1/4 by 11. And it is scored at, let's do it this way, at 5 6 1/4. And then I took the tag punch, and this is going to be the outside of the holder, so I'm going to put it in this way. So when it punches, you'll have a nice edge on the right side. So we're just going to feed it in, and this is a little wider. So I just want to make sure I get it in here because it's only supposed to be 2 inches, but I did cut it at 2 1/4. So I just want to make sure it's even on both sides. I might have to trim it a little bit. That's okay. See? We're just going to trim it off on each side. And then we'll do it to this side. Again, feed it through. Make sure it is even on both sides. If this was a 2-inch piece, we would have been okay. Let's try it this way. It works better this way. There we go. Okay. And we just have to trim it. I just gave it a little angle. Then I took some tearing tape. Just going to line it inside here so we can set that little box down. So quiet. The cats are quiet. Everybody was sleeping. We're just going to, this little box is 1/4 inch smaller. So we're just going to make sure that we get this lined up in here. So we have just a little bit of edge on each side. Don't want it to get stuck. Just like that. Okay. Then I have 2 layers. Again, I will have these on my blog tomorrow. I'm just going to take a little smidge off because I did, when I did them, I just cut them a little bit too long, naturally. That was the way my whole day went today. Okay. And we're just going to glue these together. I don't know what I'm going to do about snail. Hopefully I can order some. Okay. I'm going to have glue all over my fingers now. Okay. And then we're just going to glue this. I should have done this before I put the box on, but hey ho. Give us a little wiggle room. Stick this in. And then I used one of the little gold clasps. Just like that. And I doubled up on the twine. Hi, Maury. That was a special promotion when you joined Stampin' Up! To become a demonstrator. This was one of the free gifts for becoming a demonstrator. And if you are interested in becoming a demonstrator, I'd love to have you on my team. And right now, while everybody's waiting for their new June 5th catalog, I think it's the 5th, you will be able to order anything from the new catalog to add to your kit. $99, and you are able to choose $125 worth of product of your choice. So that's one of the perks right now for signing up. You get to add any of the new products to your kit. And as soon as my order comes in, I will do an unboxing. I just can't wait. Okay, so all I did was double up on the twine, and I think I threw my little bag out, but it's the Night of Navy and the Sahara Sand baker's twine. Then I just have a piece of Whisper White and another of the Night of Navy, and using the Blueberry Bushel, I am going to stamp Each Day is a New Beginning. And I'm hoping that I cut this, and I did. Now let's see if I can get this stamped on here straight. Okay, let me just turn this. Yeah, let me turn it over. Line this up. Hopefully it'll be even. Not bad. And then we're just going to angle this a little bit. Turn this over. Just gonna glue this down so I can get a good angle cut on it. Oops. That wasn't supposed to happen, was it? What haven't you gotten, Em? Yeah. And then we're just going to angle this. Cut it off. Make sure it's straight. And add this right under the little clip. Grab these gilded gems. Put one, oh, that didn't stick. Down here in the corner. Let me just add a little glue under here. I guess I didn't put enough. That's what happens when you don't have snail. And after I did the projects, I started working on my paper pumpkin from last month. And last month's paper pumpkin has Happy Father's Day, Dad, to my wonderful, you can add Dad, I'm glad you're in my family. I could have used that stamp set, but I didn't. Maybe next time. So here are tonight's projects. Little bit of coloring, paper piecing, and cute little shirts. Just in time to get them done for Father's Day. I hope you like them. Oh, your catalog. I got my catalog the day we were able to do our first pre-order, which I was surprised. Our post office has been so slow. But here's tonight's projects. I hope you like them. If you share this video, you'll have a chance to win uh, a package of lovely lipstick cardstock, and place an order by Monday using this host code. And I'll see you next Friday. Have a great night. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.